Bainbridge, Pennsylvania. Fourth place ride went to Parker Mashburn out of Stevensville, Texas, aboard the KTM. He's going to be number 24. Your podium looked like this. Third place finisher was Lance Kovish, number 99, out of New Florence, Missouri. Your second place ride was number 63, Pierce Brown, aboard the KTM. And your winner would have been Garrett Marchbanks, the man-child, number 82, out of Utah on the Kawasaki. Garrett has done some winning. He's a big kid. I think he's about 15, along with Pierce Brown, both those kids out of Utah. KTM thinks a lot of Pierce Brown. Kawasaki thinks a lot of Garrett Marchbanks. Kawasaki rider up front, the red gear, it's going to be Garrett Marchbanks. I'll go ahead and call it. A couple riders getting pushed to the outside. And we'll see if Garrett can hang on. And Marchbanks gives up that inside line, and just like that, gives up the lead. Oh, Seth Hamaker with the whole shot. Okay, he had the red gear. 51. Seth Hamaker out front. The number 82 of Marchbanks, his teammate. They are side by side. They are a squadron of Kawasaki Team Green riders. Where's Pierce Brown? He's back in the number 3 spot, I believe. And this one's going to be a good one. Hamaker and Garrett Marchbanks running 1-2, the red gear to confuse us. And Garrett gets out and gets around Seth Hamaker. There's the number 93 on the Yamaha. And that is Lance, that's not Lance Kovish, that's the 90 of Kobe Hugh Hefner out of Cumming, Georgia. So now it's an open, clear track for Garrett Marchbanks to try to run and hide from Seth Hamaker, the number 93 in the number 3 spot. Sitting in chair is Jimmy. No, I'm just
Parker
kidding.
Mashburn. Parker Mashburn on the 24.
He's a big kid, man. A lot of big kids in his
I'm
class.
Sit in your chair.
Do it, man.
You don't tell me my business.
It's not my chair anyway. It's everybody's chair.
Man, Marchbanks, though, he is a tall kid. Let's see, what's the age on him?
15, maybe?
15 years old, a man-child out there, and he has been unstoppable this week at the ranch.
There's a good battle back there. Out of Texas on the 24 KTM. Yeah, they got to finish. Mashburn all over Kobe Hefner. Brent Harlan in the number 5 spot. We see Brock Pappy. And then you have Pierce Brown and Levi Newby. Some heavy hitters kind of pushed back.
Levi Newby was one who was really good in that 250B yesterday. He ran 3rd place and was actually leading it for about 3 laps. And on the last lap, Kobush and Shimoda put the charge on and got around him, so it pushed Newby off the podium. So Newby's starting to come around out there, and he's running around in about the 7th place position right now, because I think he has made his way around a rider.
Parker Mashburn, now Kobe Hefner now sits in the number 3 spot. Hefner slips back a spot. Brock Pappy's starting to move up. There's Mashburn 24 on your screen. There's Pierce Brown coming around closest to us there. And then you have the number 93 of Hefner, who is sliding back just a bit. Back portion of the racetrack coming back towards us here in the announce deck. Out of Storyland. The soil a little bit different as they transition over to a sandier base. Some kids going with an actual sand tire out there earlier in the week, and I think the soil has changed enough to where you just need a normal race tire, not a sand tire.
I think this morning you could have got away with running the scoop tire, that sandy scoop tire, when the dirt was nice. Oh, Poppy!
Ooh,
just
wow.
a big in action right now between the 44, Brock Poppy, and what is that, 71, I believe. 21, Grant Harlan. Oh. Harlan says,
Thanks.
I like it when I pass you, Brock Poppy.
Yeah, I like it when I get you pushed off the track, Big Poppy.
Yeah. So
Mashburn is 3rd.
Forward.
There's your 4th place ride, Pierce Brown. And, man, that is a battle in this last turn right in front of us. Good Lord. Kobush right in the middle of it on the 99 Kawasaki. There's Joe Shimoda. Joe Shimoda has just had, I have not even said his name, but one time when he got the whole shot and he crashed. And there he is again, marred back with another bad start.
In that race that he crashed with the whole shot, went all the way back, then charged his way all the way up to almost a podium position by the end of the moto. So he's got the speed. He just needs to kind of put things together.
He is on that coveted factory connection Honda ride. I mean, that is a full semi-Honda effort behind that kid. There's Max Lee, Troy Lee's son there, the number 50 KTM, getting introduced to some of these super ruts we have for this event.
Poppy seems to be coming back, trying to get Grant Harlan again, and he does. He makes the move. He puts him up. A little bit of payback.
Look at those
by
guys.
Poppy.
4 wide, the number 99 of Kobush, trying to go after the 44 of Poppy. And that is just riders everywhere. If you cross a line, you're going to take somebody's wheel out. They're everywhere. Into Storyville we go. And we're watching the number 44 of Brock Pappy on that Barks Racing Suzuki. And there's Kobush running up on the inside. And Pappy, you can see that sense of urgency. He's kind of got busy there. And Kobush continues to run it up on the inside.
Kobush trying to make it stick. He does. Kobush makes it happen.
A little bit of a mistake there by Pappy. And Kobush goes right on by him there. Man, that is a rough straightaway there. It's not even straight, it's curvy.
A curve away.
Curve away, a rough curve away. A smooth, hard-packed, sandy, loamy, wet, dry track, man.
And it's crazy how far that lines are coming into that corner. There's the inside line probably 25 feet closer than the furthest outside line. All the riders electing to go outside to carry more momentum, try and launch into that sand section.
There's that all-white ride of Kieran Nairn out of Huntington Beach, California on the number 11 machine. You're looking at him. And the 44 of Brock Pappy now coming under the attack of Joe Shimoda. Joe Shimoda.
The Joe Show putting it on, trying to come back through the field here. Like you were saying, Kevin, he needs a performance.
He does.
Bad. If there's one
Joe Shimoda.
If there was one person at the ranch this week that really needs to put something together, it's Shimoda, and he's making the move on Lance Kobush. So Shimoda must have heard it. His ears must have been burning us talking about him, because he is making moves quick. Because let me tell you what, Kobush is no slouch, and Shimoda taking quick work of Lance Kobush. And next, it's going to be Pierce Brown. Kobush did not like getting past, though. He is coming right back at him hard. See if he can double into the 10 Commandments.
There it is. He triples in. Shimoda feels him. He triples again. They bounce out. They're about dead even. Kobush going to make a run on the outside. And he's back on the inside. They're side by side. This track races so well, Jimmy.
It does. Just when you think the pass is made, people come back. Kobush up the inside, trying to make it work. He is stuck in the inside a little bit. El Shimoda still holding on to the lead, ripping that outside line. He's coming out of Storyland, and it's going to make the pass stick, but for how long?
Yeah, Joe Shimoda finally clears the number 99 of Kobush, and that'll put him up to 5th. And the 156.8, all the while, we have stopped even talking about your leader, Garrett Marchbanks. He is in another zip code. He's right here in front of us, cross-running out of the finish line turn. And Marchbanks has done unstoppable, another level, whatever other adjective you want to throw at him. Hammaker in the number 2 spot, in the number 51. There he is right in front of us. You know, Ashburn and his teammate, Pierce Brown, 3rd and 4th.
There's actually only been 3 riders before Garrett Marchbanks getting into that 156 range, and that was in our 250A class. It was Pennington,
Greg Albertson,
and Greg Albertson. No, that was at 356.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
But not to be confused with the 156. It was Pennington, Lopes, and of course our fastest lap time of the week, held by Justin Cooper with that 156.1. But Garrett Marchbanks, the 15-year-old, still running the same times as guys who are getting ready to go to the big leagues at Unadilla next weekend.
Yeah, it's
I did it. Yep, I did it in the C class my first year.
You ran an A class time.
Yep, I ran the fastest lap time, just downhill since then.
What a bummer. Wow, one rider off the track almost. I thought Pappy was going off the track. There's the Kawasaki of Kobush just out of the shot there. The number 11 of Kieran Nairn on the Husqvarna. And Brock Pappy right behind him. The parity here, Brock Pappy was on the podium. He won a moto 2 hours ago. Now he's back in 8th. Look how deep this class is.
Yeah, Pappy, he is riding the 450B class and the schoolboy class, which is kind of an odd combination. You know, to be young enough to get out there and battle in the schoolboy class, but then also be able to hop onto that 450 motorcycle. So Poppy's showing that he can ride the big bike very well, but still doing pretty good out here in this one, still running top 10. I think something may have happened because Poppy, he was actually moving his way forward, and then obviously back to 9th now, but they're showing Marchbanks out front, just smooth sailing.
I like that. That was super tight shot there. There's the billboards. Marchbanks says, why don't you put me right there on the end? Go ahead and make space for me. Get my fat head up there. And I'm not talking about the sheer size of his head. I'm talking about the big stickers. Put the fat head right up there for Garrett Marchbanks. He is all business. Looks like Earl May on the bike. I know he runs that 82, but big, tall guy, stands straight up on the bike. Got the box gear. Could be Earl May's son.
Yeah. Except Earl May isn't 15, he's 150.
Well, yeah.
150.
Could have had him when he was he could have been grandfather age or whatever. Yep. Through the 10 Commandments, we're watching our leader, number 82. Look at that gap. 12 plus seconds until we see the 51 of Seth Hamaker. And that third place rider, Parker Mashburn, still holding off Pierce Brown. There's Brown. What has Brown done for you? Well, he's working on a podium spot. We're looking for Joe Shimoda. There he is at the tail end or the very beginning of the 10 Commandments. Kovish right behind him, the number 99. Kieran Nairn on the number 11 machine. And there's, again, another look at the 24 of Parker Mashburn.
I believe it was Hamaker who actually beat Marchbanks in that first 250B moto. Yeah. So Hamaker, the only guy to dethrone Marchbanks. Marchbanks got second in that moto.
And Marchbanks had to come from outside the top 20 to do it.
So I think Hamaker at this point is just like, you know what? I already beat you once.
Yep.
Not a big deal. I'm just going to chill out the rest of the week.
We're tied up. We'll roll the dice, see what happens.
Yep. Just chill out the rest of the week and collect his big paycheck from taking down Garrett Marchbanks.
Wow. Big cash paycheck. Team Green cash money coming his way. We're making that up. Don't worry about it, folks. There's the KTM teammates of Parker Mashburn out of Texas. Trains out of Underground Training Facility. His dad, Zach Mashburn, works with a lot of kids out there. If you look for a place to train, great place, man. Kyle Regal's place and Mashburn.
Underground.
Quicks, awesome.
I was just talking with Kyle Regal down there, and they had a couple of 65, 7 to 9 guys on the podium, and all of them. It's crazy to hear Kyle Regal getting thanked on the podium by all these kids just crushing it when it wasn't too long ago. He was thanking his sponsors on the podium when he went to that Arena Cross title.
Check the battle out right in front of the billboards. You're looking at 63. That's Pierce Brown. He's going to try to take the long way around. 24. Mashburn's going to try to squirt over Pierce Brown like a couple of fighter pilots. Zigzagging. Brown goes inside, outside of Mashburn. Crafty riding there by Pierce Brown.
Both wrapped up in that TLD gear, almost look like teammates out there. They do both ride for the Orange Brigade.
Oh, I think the pass might be made. Can Mashburn send it deep into the rut and come back after Pierce Brown? Look at him, man. He found some horsepower. Now Brown's going to have control of that inside line. Finally able to stick the pass. Snap. Oh! Whoa! Look at Pierce Brown. Now Mashburn, holy cow. Neither one of them chopped the throttle.
No.
He was going for it.
Brown wanted to make that pass stick. It was checkers or wreckers for Brown coming through the 10 Connect.
Pierce Brown went left. I mean, he went 90 degrees one way, 90 degrees the other way. Still kept Parker Mashburn behind him.
I read the 63 on all of the number plates. We were looking at the front one. We saw the left side, saw the right side, held on to it.
The back of his
pass
jersey.
Stick.
Holy cow. That was a great save. That was one of the better saves, and that goes along with Ty Masterpool's save right here in the sweeper in his Super Mini Moto. Those were the two best saves I have seen all day. Great job. Pierce Brown now. Can he leave Parker Mashburn behind him? Joe Shimoda stuck in fifth. 159s for the top four. Exactly 159s all the way down the line there. 201 for Shimoda. 2 minutes flat for Kovish in sixth. Kieran Nairn with a 201. 202 for newbie. McClellan Heil with a 202. And Brock Pappy with a 205 back in 10th here as we hit lap number 7.
You know, we talked about Joe Shimoda having just a rough week so far as results, but every single moto, I look down the list, and Joe Shimoda is usually the guy who has the second fastest lap time behind Marchbanks. So he does have the speed to go out there and do it. He's just not putting things together. So if I'm Geico Honda, I'm looking down the list, I'm thinking this kid's young. He's making some mistakes. We got a lot to work on when we go back home, but at least that intensity and that speed is there.
Yeah.
They can work with that.
Yeah, you show that kind of speed, that's all they need to see. They can get the fitness, they can get everything else put together, the whole program. There's Mashburn, high fives his dad. through the mechanics area. Literally, he just took his hand off, smacked his dad. That's awesome, man.
I wonder if The Rock's here with Shimoda.
Pardon me?
The Rock.
Rock.
Mike LaRocco. You think he's here with Shimoda?
I don't know. I don't know if he speaks Japanese. He probably had to learn Japanese just to bring Joe Shimoda on to the team. And knowing Mike LaRocco, he'll do whatever it takes for his riders.
Shimoda's fallen down, so LaRocco's got him bench pressing. He's gone up 100 pounds on bench press
since he jumped in on that. They
since
got
he's
the
been here.
CrossFit team and everything. CrossFit gym over there at the Factory Connection home office. Lap 7. Everything kind of settled in now. Marchbanks 14 seconds out, 4 seconds behind him, 14 seconds out front of Hammaker. Hammaker about 4 seconds out front of Pierce Brown, 2 seconds out front of Mashburn, who is 8 seconds out of Shimoda. So the racing has settled in. All right, 2-lap board is out. White flag will come out next time for Garrett Marchbanks as he continues to work through some lap traffic out of the trees. Oh. Jay Ryder Fox, your bike is in the mechanics area. You probably want to come get that, or we will donate it to the Brett Downey Safety Foundation. Jay Ryder Fox, your bike is in the mechanics area. You probably want to come get that. There's the number 82 of Garrett Marchbanks. Cruising around, having himself quite the week. I believe he's got a perfect week going with the exception of that one moto where he got a bad start. Had to come through the field. Got a bunch of ones, going to walk away with a bunch of titles when this thing's all said and done. All right, white flag, the 9th lap that Garrett Marchbanks has been in control here. He has got his feet up on the fender, head back, hands behind his head like he's on a lazy boy, just chilling, riding around on that motorcycle.
He's hoping that by the time he's in the pro ranks that they got a taller motorcycle, a bigger class.
Get those ape hangers
onto.
Those Pro Taper ape hangers that they got there for the taller riders.
He's going to be running that 29, 31-inch combination on the wheels.
Just to get him up further off the ground, stretch out those legs, man. Like when he goes, that's like renting a compact car is what he's in right now.
He kind of reminds me a little bit like Adam Cincerillo. Cincerillo hit that big growth spurt after he got out of amateurs. We can remember Adam, his last year at Loretta's, he was just a tiny guy.
Yeah, and there was talk about holding him back, like he's not ready, he's not tall enough, he's not big enough.
And now I'd say he's probably about the same size that Marchbanks is, one of the tallest 250 riders in the class.
Crazy how he shot up, huh?
Yeah.
Alan's not a big guy. His dad, neither is his mom.
Nope, he did. He shot up quick in size, but Marchbanks, this kid's got some serious skill. It might be interesting to see how much more he does grow. And if Kawasaki may think that, hey, a couple years, maybe a year in the 250 class, if things are going well, stick him into the big leagues because he could probably use that extra power of the 450.
Similar to Tyler Bowers back in the day, really shot up big kid early. Here on this white flag lap as we watch Garrett Marchbanks put it down. A very highly sought after rider. He signed up. He's ready to go for a few years as a pro. All that pressure's gone. Just go out and win races. Hone your craft. That's all Mitch and those guys want him to do, and Ryan Holiday.
Well, the Star Boys, they ended up grabbing Justin Cooper. Mitch Payton grabbing Marchbanks, and that's for a reason. He seems to be pretty stoked. Awesome to see a kid like Marchbanks, who it seems like it's so easy for him to go out there and do that, still completely stoked to win races. So congratulations, Garrett Marchbanks. We're going to have Seth Hamaker coming into that number 2 spot.
There he is. Great ride for Seth Hamaker.
That is a great ride. Pierce Brown, they were duking it out. And I know Brown, he had a lot of hype on that KTM team. So for Hamaker to get up in there, beat Marchbanks in a moto, and then finish right behind him in this one, great week going for Seth Hamaker. So we got Marchbanks, Hamaker, and Brown is going to be our podium in this one.
And just off the podium will be Parker Mashburn. And Joe Shimoda will finish up 5th. Kieran Nairn 6th. Lance Kovich 7th. Levi Newby 8th. Brock Pappy 9th. McClellan Heil will round out your top 10 as we get ready to send it down to the Race Tech podium, Jimmy.
Yeah, and coming up next, the class of the week, senior 45 plus. Don't miss Body Bag and Phelps. Duking down this one. We're going down to the Race Tech podium.
Thanks, boys. They got the bike up on the stand, and now taking control firmly of Schoolboy 2 is this man on the number 82. Here he is, Garrett Marchbanks. Here, we'll go over here by the bike, my friend. Hey, I saw Yeti on your pants the other day. You going by that? We going with that?
Yeah, I guess we do.
All right, we're going to go with a little bit of Yeti. All right, Garrett, you got off to a good start. You had Hamaker right there, but you really put the hammer down.
Yeah, I knew if I get a good start, I could be up there again. And Hamaker was out in front, and just kind of followed him for a little bit and just watched where his mistakes were, and finally passed him. And he was riding great that first couple laps, but I knew if I put the hammer down, I could pull a good little lead.
Cool, man. How happy are you with the way this is going so far?
I'm really happy for the week how it's going.
Yeah. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank the Lord for keeping me safe. To Edge of Kawasaki, the whole Kawasaki crew out there helped me out, like Ryan Casey and Chappie, Shane, and Decker, and just Pro Circuit. There, couldn't thank them enough. And Scott, Fox, Dunlop, Maxima, everyone I just forgot. And well, SOB and the mechanic Alex, my mom and dad, and Cody. Just everyone I forgot. Thank you so very much.
There it is, Garrett Marchbanks, moto win. And we'll bring up our second place finisher, also Kawasaki mounted. He's had a pretty solid week and a lot of moto medals as well. Let's hear it for Seth Hamaker. Seth Hamaker! Oh, and that whole shot award. I don't want to forget that one, so we'll give you that. There you go, Seth. We'll let them get the whole shot photos. There you go. There you go. All right. All right, Seth, good start there, and you got to run with Garrett for a bit. How'd it go from your perspective?
Yeah, I got a great start. My Dunlop tires, Pro Circuit motor was hooking up great. Got out to the lead, and me and Garrett battled for a little while, but he was on it. Great ride to him, but I felt good that race, so I'm happy with it.
Who do you want to thank, man?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Monster Energy, Team Green, Kawasaki, Fly Racing, Bell Helmets, 100%, Alpine Stars, Asterix, Renthal, Maxima, Dunlop, everybody over at Kawasaki, Team Green, Ryan Holiday over there, and Aaron from Monster just helping me out. RK Chains, VP Race Fuel, Timmy and Jackson for keeping me motivated during the week. All of my sisters and my family and everybody. Just can't thank them enough. They're cheering me on, obviously, but it feels good to have all the support.
I'm sure that's the best cheering section since the 50 class. Let's hear it for Seth Hamaker. Only the 54-6 class, I think, had that kind of enthusiasm. That was excellent, folks. Let's bring Pierce Brown on up for third place. Yeah, you're right there with the 50cc parents. Good job. We like that enthusiasm. Let's bring Pierce Brown up. Here he is, third place on the Troy Lee Red Bull KTM, Pierce Brown. I don't want to tell you stuff you probably don't want to hear, but the starts, bro, if we could get you up front in one of these motos, you could do some damage.
Those starts are so crucial for this class. You got Garrett, he's running an unbelievable pace, and so is Seth. Everyone in this class, top 10 can win. It's just so close. It's all about the start.
If you had a problem, you making mistakes or something you can fix, what do you think?
I'm working on it. I'm doing something different every moto, trying little things. I'm getting a little bit better, but not near where I need to be. But we're getting there.
The riding's good, though?
Yeah, the riding's good. If I could just get a good start and have a clear track, I feel like I could ride a lot better than what I've been doing.
Who do you want to thank, man?
I definitely couldn't do it without the whole Troy Lee Designs Red Bull GoPro KTM team. Everyone from TK, Brant, my mechanic Anthony, my practice mechanic Jay Hop, and the other two mechanics on the amateur side. Just a big family over there. I can't thank them enough. And I'd like to thank my mom and dad. Wouldn't be there without them. And MTF, Colleen, Brian, Big B, Tony, Pete, everyone just awesome there. I love them. And Ethka, Kyle Foz over there, Scott, and Dunlop, Alpine Stars, GoPro, and everyone else. Thanks so much.
There it is.